Hey guys, it's me, the Blade Gamer, of course. I'm going to do a bit of gaming news for once. I don't normally do this, but here it goes. As many of you probably already know, especially those that are subscribed to gaming magazines such as Game Informer, or follow gaming review sites or gaming sites in general, such as IGN and GameSpot, have probably heard that there is heavy evidence that Nintendo is going to be revealing their next home console, not just an upscaled Wii to HD, but their next home console by or during E3 2011. We've all heard rumors in the past, about 2008 or so is when they started, that Nintendo is just going to release a Wii HD to tie people over until the next generation comes around. Because most people did not expect the next generation to come until at least 2013 to 2014. But apparently that's not true, and Nintendo's just going to straight out release their next console. Now, here's a bit of information from what people know, quote unquote, know about the console. It is going to be handled similarly to the 3DS in the sense that they're going to release some information before E3, but actually show it off during E3. So it's safe to say what Nintendo's main focus is going to be at E3 this year. Okay, here's the information that most gaming sites are reporting on. First, it is significantly more powerful than the PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360. Note that they did not say it was on par or just more powerful. They said significantly more powerful. And that is a very key word here. Significant, okay? I don't know if this means that it's going to be supporting something beyond 1080p HD, because there are some technologies with that coming out already, but it's probably going to be on par power-wise with a $500 to $700 desktop computer, possibly laptop, which isn't, amazingly more powerful than consoles, but it is still a pretty big step up from the standard console power, which in my opinion is pretty amazing, because everyone rags on Nintendo for not being powerful enough. Well, they basically shut everyone up about that. Now, the only problem with this is that it could give Microsoft and Sony a competitive edge, development-wise, not sales-wise, because then they can see what Nintendo's offering, and then all they have to do is one-up Nintendo with their next console as well. So, it could be risky for Nintendo doing this. Alright, enough ranting about power. It is going to be backwards compatible with the Wii. I mean, that's standard Nintendo. They always make their next console backwards compatible with the, previous ones, and so yeah, you should always expect that. There are well, of course it's going to support HD if it's that much more powerful. I mean, they honestly can't do anything different. It is probably not going to be supporting 3D technology, which to me is fairly surprising considering that the 3DS is a 3D handheld. I mean, it's understandable because 3D is kind of a fad right now. In the sense, and what I mean by that is that, yeah, it's majorly improved from wearing those red and blue tinted glasses, but it still messes with your head and vision and things like that. So until safe 3D technology comes out, eventually this form of 3D is also going to die. So it's understandable to me why they're not doing it out of box, but if they do want to support 3D down the line, they could easily release a patch like they did for the PlayStation 3. Another thing I found interesting was that it is rumored to have a late 2012 launch, so holiday 2012. Hopefully the world won't end by then, but no one really believes that anymore. But it's just interesting to me because most game companies or any gaming news site did not predict that the next generation of consoles is going to be coming out until at least 2013. So this is very interesting. And another thing I saw today, I was looking at VG charts just out of curiosity of video game sales, and they have some more Wii 2 information. Now, of course, it's not going to be called the Wii 2 probably, but that's just what everyone calls it. It is rumored that the controller is not just going to be a standard update for the Wii Remote. Most controllers only get gradually upgraded. It's very slight. I mean, of course, from GameCube to Wii, it was a dramatic change, but they say that it might actually have a built-in HD screen on the controller. Now, they did not state that this could be used as a handheld so that you can, go back and forth from playing on console to, handheld, or it would be used as a touch screen. It's just rumored to have an HD screen on it, which is pretty cool, but kind of weird and hard to understand. It makes sense when you think about it, in the sense that it could be used as a handheld. You could play the games on the go, maybe. Maybe it could be used as a touchscreen to add more buttons, which would be a big improvement. So we'll just have to see where they go with that. There are also rumors that it's going to be using Blu-ray. Now, Blu-ray is probably going to be around for at least the next 5-ish years or more, because there's no new disc technology confirmed to come out anytime soon. So they are probably going to use Blu-ray, which is a big improvement because it can hold so much data, and as Blu-ray improves, it continues growing in space. It went from like 25 gigs to like 100 gigs in just a couple of years. It's unreal. So I find all this information very interesting. I love what Nintendo's doing with this, if everything we've heard so far is true, because it will be a big step up from our current consoles. It will probably revolutionize controls again. And it's Nintendo. Sony and Microsoft may have a more hardcore audience because they have slightly or more powerful consoles as far as their graphical capabilities go, but they don't have the things that Nintendo has, and that's why I find these rumors to be so amazing if they're true. Now, obviously their intent with the next generation is to capture the hardcore market. Now, the biggest complaint with the Wii so far is that it was not, hardcore enough. And by hardcore, no one really means the games are hard and intense. They just mean that the games are geared towards a more mature audience. Which, in my opinion, is kind of stupid. They should just call it mature gaming and not hardcore. The reason why the Wii is not hardcore, so to speak, is because it's not powerful compared to the PS3 or 360. Third-party developers, such as Ubisoft, EA, Square Enix, THQ, people like that, they don't look for, they look for certain things. They look for what's going to sell the most on what consoles, and therefore they determine what consoles they should develop for it. Okay, the Wii is nearly double the sales of the Xbox 360 and PS3, but it's not powerful enough to do games such as Call of Duty. Well, it is powerful enough to do weaker versions of it, but not the full version, I should say. Assassin's Creed, games like that. So, by making their system more powerful the next generation, it's going to open up new worlds for third-party developers. No one can just say, oh, the Wii sucks, Nintendo sucks. Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, Dead Space, and things like that are going to start coming to Nintendo's consoles, assuming that Microsoft and Sony don't pay off developers to not develop for Nintendo. And this will attract a hardcore audience. And I find this awesome because the Wii, or Nintendo I should say, is my favorite first-party developer and company. But the Wii is becoming a bit lackluster right now. And I just find these improvements so great, especially if they improve the online play and keep it on par with Xbox Live, but please keep it free, Nintendo. I mean, no one wants to pay $60 a year, even if it is only once a year. But yeah, that's all the information that I've seen right now on the Wii 2. If I get any more information that's significant, I will make a new video. And of course, I'll be covering E3, mostly the first-party conferences. I'm not going to be at E3. I'm just going to be covering information released at E3. And yeah, tell me what you guys think of this video. Comment below, like, please. And if I get any minor updates, like minor, I'm just going to put them in annotations on this video. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.